confronted with the evidence and after having confessed in that case in Peru, hopefully will bring him to confess in Natalie Holloway's case as well, in viewing the fact that he is facing prison time anyways, and maybe just in his mind trying to cut a deal.
Okay, now what about the word we're hearing, and this is an ever-evolving story, is that the victim here opened Sloot's computer while he was gone and was looking at some things, some documents. We don't know if that was a Google search or documents or anything like that. Are the Aruban authorities working with the Peruvian authorities in terms of evidence exchanges? So if there is something, say, for example, on his computer, the Aruban authorities could maybe have access to that?
Well, I don't know formally. We have not been informed if they're working together with the Peruvian authorities, but I can tell you one thing for sure, that they are following this case in Peru very, very closely. And my guess is that if anything relevant to the case of Natalie Holloway appears in Joran's computer, that they will be informed.
Okay, were you, when you heard that there was going to be a reenactment today, as we always talk about, laws are different in different countries, were you surprised at all by the fact that there's a reenactment happening today? And do you think, and again, I know this might be a stretch, is there anything from the reenactment of this case that can be used possibly in Natalie's case?
I don't think so, because it's going to be a reenactment of what transpired in Peru.
Right.
It's not a reenactment of what transpired here in Aruba.
Right.
I was not surprised about the reenactment, because that's the way our criminal laws function as well. When a person confesses, there is a reenactment of the crime. The suspect is taken to the crime scene, and he or she has to reenact exactly what transpired during when the person was committing that crime. And I agree totally with the defense attorney, the lady who was just interviewed. It's the same way down here. The reenactment will be gathered as proof to sustain the confession of the suspect in particular.
Okay, I know you said that you're trying to reach Dave Holloway. You haven't reached him yet, but based on what you know about him and about the family, do you think they feel some sort of relief, some sort of satisfaction out of having a confession in this case in any way, that it might at least help one family that's looking for some sort of answer?
Yes, I'm sure. I spoke to Dave. For the record, I'm Dave and Robin Holloway's attorney. I don't represent Beth. But when I spoke to Dave, yes, his words were, I hope that this case comes to a conclusion. And it's a pity that this had to happen in order for him to be arrested and maybe come to a conclusion in the Peruvian case. He feels very much for the family because he knows their pain.
Okay, Vinda D'Souza, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
All right, we're getting back to Iowa versus Becker, and we want to hear from you, the 13